Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Get up, get up, get up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Robert Henderson Jr., we're live on WTPS, the People Station, where information is power. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robert Henderson Jr., and we're live in the studio at WTPS, the People Station, where information is power. But I always say information is power only if you use the information. I'm going to say that again. Information is power only if you use the information. Steve, is that Lynda? Okay, we'll be waiting on Lynda to come here, but I'm going to go ahead. She got a late start. Those of you all just joining us for the first time, I'm Robert Henderson Jr. Lynda will be my sister-in-law, my colleague. Lynda's been working really, really hard, ladies and gentlemen. All last week we've been working on some big projects. He's been dealing with a whole lot of people. We've been dealing with people who have been in crisis, losing their homes, in trouble. And next week is a big week because, you know, the authorities want to throw some people out, some old people, young people, people who just, you know, good people, but just got behind. And we've just been dealing with attorneys and working with them. And Lynda's been basically out of the office just about all week long, a trooper. So we're going to have to forgive her for being late today because, like I said, boy, she's really been a trooper. Those of you all who've been calling her and she's been out of the office, and that's because she has really, really been helping a lot of people, like I said, in the fields. And you'd be surprised, man. There's a lot of good people that are in financial troubles, you know. The authorities want to take their house from them, their insurance problem. They got, just zoning problems. And Lynda usually goes out there and goes to the city with them and goes to the court. And she's like an advocate. You know how she talks. So she's really, really been all week long. Matter of fact, it's been 2 weeks and she's been out there doing that. And that allows me to be in the office holding down the fort. It's the same thing with Michael Lawrence when he goes out and do reverse mortgages, and people like attorney Gibson who goes out there and help people with probate. You have to have a team in order to pull this thing off because, you know, there's a lot of people that are in trouble. And me, Robert Henderson, I can't do it all on my own. You know, it takes a village to raise people and raise a child just to help all of us. And there's a lot of people that are in trouble. They might not want to say it publicly, but there's a lot of people who are in financial trouble. But one thing that I really do like is when those people come forward and we are providing help and we are a voice. And before, you know, it used to be people didn't have nobody to turn to before we got on this talk show, you know. But now, you know, we're getting people, we're helping good people. There's a lot of good people out here, man, that just didn't know who to go to, just didn't know. Lynda.
Good morning.
Good, happy, glad to see you, girl. Like you've been in Iraq or something. You've been battling, man, with them judges. You've been calling back, telling me how they want to do this to the lady, want to do that to the lady. You getting contractors out on one lady's house, and she got to get all kind of, what they finding her, how much a day?
$150 a day.
Man, because some grass wasn't cut or
chip paint, grass wasn't cut.
Yeah.
Refrigerator tenant left on the side of the building.
Oh, man, that's a rental property she had, right?
Rental property. And when you don't know and it's your first property, it's very intimidating.
Right.
But because we've done it and we've been in the trenches so long,
right,
we can offer our services, suggestions, and solutions.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you what makes us, why we really, really care. And let me tell you something. We have to care because we could be in that same position. And this particular, I know there's one issue that you're dealing with. This lady who you're helping, she's going through a divorce. Husband just say, I don't want you no more.
Right.
And she's been married for like 10 years, and the husband just say, I don't want you no more.
And most women, not most, a lot of women, when they're used to letting the husband handle situations and handle things like liens and writing the checks and dealing with tenants, it's very intimidating when they are thrown into that position to have to handle it now. And they don't even know how to talk to an inspector or code enforcement inspector or a panel of code enforcement judges. It's very intimidating.
Yeah, and you had to be there. I know the other night you had to go there at 6 o'clock in Fort Lauderdale to go before the panel.
Beach, yeah.
Dania?
Dania Beach.
And our office here in Miami Lakes, and we had to go to Dania Beach and meet with the lady because the lady didn't know how to deal with Oz, the wizard.
Right.
And you had to be there. So that's why I forgive you for being a little late here, ladies and gentlemen. She's a trooper. So anybody who's been trying to call her all week long, is this going to be a better week? Have we kind of narrowed and get some of this stuff down?
Well, as soon as you think it's over with and narrowed down, new things come up. But you get a handle on it, and you handle it, and you move on.
Yeah, that's why we're in the office so late. We don't have a 9 to 5 job. I can't remember the last time we shut our doors at 5 o'clock, man. I just can't believe that, I mean, we're not there at 6, 7 o'clock, and I don't start calling us now. Maybe I shouldn't say that. A lot of times we be helping people, and we're there later than that, getting paperwork done and transactions. But I mean, if we're not there at 5 o'clock, that's because we're either out of town or we're in some sort of helping someone out of the office. Those of you all who are just listening to us for the first time, I'm Robert Henderson Jr. I'm a certified financial planner. This is my sister-in-law, my business partner also, Lynda Harris. Let me give you my credentials, those of you all who are just listening, so you know who you're talking to. I'm a certified financial planner. I've been in the business for over 25 years. I'm 48 years old. I know when people come to my office, they look at me and they say, well, I don't look like I'm not. They think I'm the son, but that's because I try to take care of myself and try to live and smile, and I'm a very emotional and very sensitive person. People come to my office, it's like I treat everybody like we're families because I have to do it like that. I can't treat you like you're an outsider. I have to treat you in order to help you. I gotta be you, and I gotta get inside your shoes so I can see what you're going through, so I can navigate. And that's my style. I'm a stockbroker. I've been a stockbroker for over 20 years. I'm the president of the Henderson Financial Group. That's located in Miami Lakes. Let me give you all the telephone number. Get your pencil and pen just in case you want to call and make an appointment. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're busy in surgery, financial surgery. So a lot of times when the doctor's in financial surgery, you can't just pick up the phone and, if he's trying to do an operation, you can't pick up the phone and call him out of surgery when he's sitting there with somebody heart open. Follow me? So I want you to imagine that when you all try to call off and say, I want to get him on the phone right now. You can't do that. Don't be selfish. If you want to call, you got a question, I'm going to tell you something. It's impossible for you not to get an appointment. You call and say, listen, give me an appointment, Mr. Henderson. I need to talk about ABC. And they're going to tell you Wednesday, 6 o'clock, Thursday. And a lot of times you don't have to come. You can do a phone conference, okay? Sometimes you don't want to. Gas so high, I understand. Faxes, we live in an electronic world, okay? But the main thing is you can get it done. We can communicate, and we can help you, okay? So I'm a certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Let me give you the telephone number, as I said. Area code is 305. That's the area code, 305. The number is 825-1444. Let me repeat that. The area code is 305. The number is 825-1444. You can call with your questions, your comments, and you can set up an appointment, even conference call. Like I said, those are really beautiful because they don't take that long, and you don't have to leave your home. And then if you have a fax machine, if you don't have it home, when you get to the office, you can fax that, and we can communicate, get overnight. And plus, we have email, okay? So you can do that, but there is help for you. Also, I am an insurance broker, meaning that I don't work for just one company. I work for the whole universe. Everybody, in all the companies that sell and offer life insurance or health insurance, we have the advantage of tapping into their resources. We can tap into their products that they have, and we try to match one up for you. Okay, and it's different. I don't care if you have high blood pressure, if you're overweight, if you're in top shape, or if you're pregnant, whatever your situation is. If you have sugar diabetes, and almost everybody have sugar diabetes or high blood pressure, especially people that's over 50 years old. Because and you're 60 years old and 70 years old, when you come in the office, first thing I ask you when you want insurance, I say, okay, what medication you taking? The reason why I say that is because, come on. I mean, my office is in Miami Lakes, but 50 years ago, there's nowhere in the world I could have been over that side of the tracks. There's no way. So when somebody black and even if you're black, and especially if you're even Latino, we know you probably got high blood pressure because way back there when they was treating us so bad, they wasn't letting us eat smoked salmon. We weren't eating salad. We was eating chillings and anything that we could get our hands on. I understand that.
Well, you know what else I just learned? we need to start asking, are you on probation in order to get insurance?
Yeah.
And that was a revelation.
Yeah.
I did not know that they won't insure you life insurance if you're on probation.
No, they won't insure you because they feel that anytime, because insurance companies not monitoring you, and we had a show about insurance companies, they're professional risk takers, and anytime they can't monitor you, they don't have something, like a monitor or an ankle where they can watch you. They don't know when you're gonna get hauled back into jail. They don't know when you're gonna do something violate your probation, and if you violate your probation and you have life insurance, the insurance company run the risk of somebody causing you bodily harm while you incarcerate. You might have left and somebody want to beat you up when you get in there. Somebody want to make a makeshift knife and stab you. And then, that happens, then they got to pay. And they're professional risk takers, the insurance providers. They want to make sure that all right, nobody's after you, even though they can't really make sure, but they want to try to do a good job and get close as making sure.
Lessen the possibility.
Yeah. Also, I'm a real estate broker, and we operate the Henderson Realty Group out in Miami Lakes. And I've been in real estate since 1979. Since 1979. Now, I was in the gym the other night, and I ran into a brother I hadn't seen since 1979. Brother named Shahid Realty.
Really?
Yeah.
You have not seen him since
I have
1979.
That's a good brother, man.
And you recognized him.
Let me tell you something. We were passing each other going inside the gym. This was late at night, and I did a double take, and he did a double look, and we turned around, and he said Henderson, and I looked at him, and I'm like, Shahid? I put it together, but I'm telling you, man, that's.
So he physically looks almost the same.
I recognize him. Yeah, I could tell he's a Muslim brother, so he's living right. That means he's not eating all that bad food. But I could tell. I seen him in there. He's aged, but he seems like looking at him, he's aging well.
And he recognized you. So
yeah,
you're aging well.
Yeah, and I wanted to really, really talk to him, but I was getting there so late, man, and it must have been 9 o'clock at night. I was just trying to get my treadmill on,
Right.
And I really wanted to talk to him. So, Brother Shahid, give me a call if you are listening. I don't know if you are listening or not, but give me a call sometime.
Nice to see people still in the business after all those years.
Yeah, that was 1979. That's amazing, And he's one of them kind of people when you see, just goodness come over you, you just, no strings. That's kind of like the brother who was here last week, Brother Sean. I showed last week, ladies and gentlemen,
he put it down. Sean dropped some knowledge.
Yeah, he had been locked up for 9 years, and he put it down in terms of, what happened, how he got into that trap, and where he is now, a much better person.
Yeah.
So he came out with some.
Sort of gave us a insight on to how anybody, because he had been in the Navy, he had a job, how anybody can get caught up in wanting to keep up with the Joneses and the bling bling and the whole culture of women and parties and fast cars and doing anything to get it.
Yeah, and he said after 9 years, when he was sitting there, he said, "Oh my God,
they got me.
They got me." He got tricked. Mm-hmm. The whole system, it's a whole plantation thing. It's a whole it's a whole system, man. And it's just you get caught up in it.
You get caught up in thinking you have to have those things and trinkets and all those things that get old.
Yeah,
like you said, it's not truth if it can wear out.
That's right. If it fades out, it's not really truth. It's just temporary conditions, a temporary state of mind. And most of us get in trouble by just consuming ourselves with temporary things and stuff.
Yeah, we get consumed. We get just taken over our bodies and become, like you said, that walking dead.
Yeah. Last week we were talking about the breathing dead. Are you the breathing dead? Now, if you don't have nothing to do, you are the breathing dead. If you don't have nothing to do, and if you're doing the same routine and life is boring and you don't know nothing to do and you ain't trying to do nothing and you don't have no desire to do nothing, that's the breathing dead, especially you don't have no desire. Hey, we'll be right back. It's 7:15. Keep it locked. We're going to finish talking to you. It's like we're in front of you, just like we have a family reunion. We got a lot of good things in store for you. I'm going to talk to you all about a leverage buyout. I want to explain what is a leverage buyout. It's New Thought Saturday. Wake up, keep it locked. Get the husband up. Get your wife up. Get them kids up too. What they sleeping for? We'll be right back.
voices of South Florida on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
Saturday, May 19th is your night for love at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium. Experience the smooth, sultry, soulful sounds of Levert, Mickey Howard, and Glenn Jones. This evening of classic R&B is presented by Miami-Dade Commissioner Audrey Edmondson and Miami-Dade Parks. It's an unforgettable concert you won't want to miss. Tickets can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a night of love, an evening of classic R&B with Levert, Mickey Howard, and Glenn Jones. Saturday, May 19th at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium. Call 305-636-2350 for more information. That's 305-636-2350.
Can't wait.
Saturday, May 19th is your night for love at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium, presented by Commissioner Audrey Edmondson and Miami-Dade Parks. You will not forget this. Saturday, May 19th at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium. It's an unforgettable concert you won't want to miss.
You know what multifarious means? Sure, I'm multifarious. Look, I can make my thumb pop right out of its socket. That's double jointed. Multifarious means to have great variety. Where did you find that word? In an ad for Broward Community College. It said BCC offers multifarious options to help you graduate. I'd like to do more with my life and learn something new.
Want to learn how to eat with chopsticks using your toes?
Ready to add some real substance to your life? Get a high-quality education from BCC. Day, night, weekend, and online classes are available. BCC offers the accredited programs and the multifarious options you need to receive a nationally recognized degree. You have our word. Call 954-201-7200.
Go to BCC with me. It'll make you more sagacious.
What do you mean? I have a great figure.
Visit www.broward.edu or call 954-201-7200. Broward Community College. We keep you thinking.
Dr. Rachel, weekdays 10 p.m. till midnight.
They gave some teachers a bunch of essays. All the essays were basically the same, but they asked them to grade them. And then, they read the child's essays. The ones with the names that had specific stereotypes associated with it were graded significantly lower than the others.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station. News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station, the place where you are heard.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. It's all about the money. And there is nothing funny. I think in my last life, I think I was some sort of singer or rap. Nah, maybe not.
I think I was, because I sing, Robert, you hear me singing around the office all the time. I'm pretty good at it.
My goodness gracious, when I hear you singing, I'm like, what's wrong? Why is she doing that? Torment.
I think when people have the nerve to sing around you, then that means they're comfortable with you.
Especially when they can't sing, right?
Even if they can't, that means even more that they're comfortable with you. So they want to share their gift with you. And so when I start singing around the office and I hear people going, stop, no, shut up.
That's interesting.
That hurts because I'm sharing a gift and I'm very comfortable, and that means that I'm comfortable with you. And most people sing around their loved ones. So
isn't that amazing from your point of view, from where you sit?
It is amazing.
How you saw
I'm sharing a gift.
Yeah, how you saw that from your point of view. Now, we looked at it as you just didn't care what we heard. Matter of fact, we looked at it, so you didn't care about us. You don't care that we have to hear that. Isn't that amazing how we view it and you view it?
And I view it as I'm sharing a gift, and they are not accepting and receiving my gift, that I'm so comfortable around you that I literally can sing around you when I'm happy.
Now, see, we look at that, we view that as a violation of our rights. You know why it's a violation? It's like when I'm pumping my gas, and I'm sitting there pumping my gas, and I'm in deep thought thinking about something else, and Sweet Willie come up driving next to me with his bloom, blang, 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 drop it white hot, all that loud.
Foul language.
All the foul language. He got his door open. He pumping gas. Everybody around me looking. Nobody asked Sweet Willie for his music. To me, that's a form of violation because I can't close my ears. I can't shut my ears off. And I don't even like that kind of music, but I'm forced. And it's just forced on me that I got to hear it. Take it or leave it. What I'm going to do, turn my ears off? I can't. I don't like that. I don't like it when I hear from Sweet Willie at the gas station when I'm pumping gas. And I don't like it when I hear you. So it's not a gift. It hurts. It's a punishment. It's torment. So
I'm sharing the talent. Sweet Willie is simply turning on.
Let me reel this back in.
Anybody agree with me?
No,
call
nobody
me,
don't
please.
get it. 1-877-825-1080. 1-877-825-1080.
Wait till I play the piano fluently.
Oh, Lord.
And then I sing with.
Last week you hadn't showed up. We just went on here. But I know you've been out in the field. But, hey, man, man. Taught me I learned how to play the Star Spangled Banner. Can you believe that?
I heard you. I was very impressed.
Yeah. And that's
pretty good.
But anyway,
okay,
it's all about money. How is that about money? Because when I feel good, I make more money. Don't you know that? I can help people out because I'm feeling good. So you want a Henderson to feel good. Okay, we're back live. WTPS, the People Station, News Talk 1080. Robert Henderson, certified financial planner. Lynda Harris, my colleague, my business partner. Let me finish giving you all my credentials, newcomers. I'm an insurance broker. Been in that business since, since 1980 or 81. Also, we do financial planning. I'm also an author of a book called The New Underground Railroad. You got to read that, but I'm in the process of writing 2 other books. The other one should be coming off. Dr. Ward is editing, doing a very good job, but I'm going to let you all know when that book is available. We're probably going to have it on audio CD as well. I also write a weekly column for the Miami Times that I really enjoy writing, and I get a lot of feedback from my writings also. And we just help people all around the country. Now, matter of fact, we even got people coming from the Bahamas we help, and Canada and Africa and Europe. So it just spread. You know, when you're trying to do good and you're being honest and you're telling it like it is, you know, the word gets out. So, we're having a good time. Lynda, tell me a little bit about your background.
Absolutely. I am also a real estate broker since 1994. I'm also a mortgage broker, also for over 13 years. Stockbroker as well. Mr. Henderson encouraged and influenced me to get that license, which is wonderful.
Seeing how I was living. I demonstrated.
Absolutely.
I demonstrated.
Absolutely. That's since 1998. Also an insurance broker as well. So a lot of things that we talk about and that we do and can help you with is because we have done it. And we can share it with you. And we're just adding, I am just adding, Mr. Henderson already has been a developer. We're also building now. So I'll be able to share my experiences and do's and don'ts and mistakes and pitfalls as well. We're building now, and we're scheduled to build all throughout 2007. So we'll be able to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk when it comes to that building and GCs and zoning and all of that. That's information.
That is so amazing to me. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. It's so many people that want to actually advise people. Can you imagine how many people that say they're business counselors who's never been in business?
Wow.
Can you imagine?
That happens quite often.
Isn't that amazing?
And people listen to them.
People listen to them. A business counselor who has never owned a business.
Or advise you on real estate and tenants and what to buy and what not to buy and how to do it, and if you got ripped off or didn't get, but they don't own anything.
Right. Isn't that a mess? Like a bald head man telling you how to grow hair.
Yeah.
I mean, and so many people get caught in that trick bag and not understand who are they getting the advice for. A lot of times people come to me, I'm like, who told you that?
It's like a man courting you, and he's telling you all these big dreams and pipe dreams, and baby, I'm taking you places, and we're going to do this, that, and the other. But look, how are you living? How are you telling me we're going to live grand, and look at you?
And he ain't never been there.
He ain't never been there.
You know what I mean? It's like our intern who we have at our office, and he asked me the other day, he said, Robert, do you have to take a lot of shots when you go to South Africa? And I said, no. Who told you that? He said his sister. Now, his sister is an attorney, okay? She told him, because he's seen that we talked about how we went to South Africa and Cape Town and Johannesburg and Sun City, and we really loved Table Bay Hotel, and it was just great. And we talked about that, and went over there. That was just like just an eye-opening experience. I always say, man, more black people need to go over there because you guys do not know what you're missing. I'm telling you, it is incredible. It's like Bell Harbor with mountains. I mean, it is absolutely stunning.
It is.
I mean, and it's so inexpensive to live there. I mean, I think I think 10 days, like 6-star hotels. I mean, like 5, but they're like Las Vegas hotels. $600, I mean, for 10 days. I mean, it's like $60 a day. And we lived in, I'm talking about tops, marble, gold. I mean, just everything real. Because remember, that's the motherland where everything went. I just can't say enough about how beautiful the place is, and real, not fake. Those trees were real, them big leaves. And he said that his sister said that you have to take shots. I said, no, you don't have to take any shots when you go to Cape Town. Cape Town, like little America.
Exactly.
I mean, all rich people coming from. That's why they had apartheid. I mean, it's like all America. But I said, who told? He said his sister. I said, have your sister ever been to Cape Town? No, but she's telling him. And so many other people get advice from people who don't know, who haven't been there. And it reminds me of Will Smith movie that he was in, The Pursuit of Happiness. Mm-hmm. That part when his son was shooting basketball, and they was on a rooftop or whatever, and I guess he wanted to play basketball, and he couldn't make it, and his son wanted to play basketball. He tell his son, don't do it. But then he checks himself and say, wait a minute, son. Don't ever let someone tell you that you can't do something just because they couldn't do it or didn't do it. And if, ladies and gentlemen, if we really look at your life individually out there in Radio Land, most people who haven't done nothing will tell you can't do it.
Those are the main ones.
You never hear nobody who's successful in doing something that you want to do tell you, no, you can't do it.
The people that have done it will encourage you.
Yeah.
They will inspire you, and they will lead by example. But it's the ones that have done nothing. And why do they get an audience? Why do people listen? Why do we listen to them?
I don't know. You listen to Uncle Willie, and Willie ain't did nothing to
Willie
you.
Ain't been out of Opalaka.
No, and they listen. They have to have the beauty salon. Girl, don't do the girl. Don't. They give them all kind of advice, and they don't have
that. Is amazing.
Let's take Sister Lee on line 1. Sister Lee, you there, my sister?
Good morning, y'all, too.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
We doing good, especially when we hear your voice.
Well, listen, you know, calling to bother you as usual.
Okay.
I have already invested, and guess what? I am reaping my harvest because this morning, my 2 investments are taking me out for early morning breakfast.
Ooh.
So that's tangible. You understand that? That's in the spiritual realm, and I'm reaping my harvest.
Go.
And I don't let nobody, the word can't contraction was not allowed in my household.
Oh, I love it.
There's no such thing as can't. Y'all better get hip to that language of the English system and learn how to live.
I love it, Sister Lee.
Listen, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to keep being educated by y'all. And as I say, I'm down the road. I'm not too far from you.
Hey,
I'll see you one day in the future.
We'll keep the light on for you.
Lord.
You know.
I know. I'm looking at the light. I'm getting closer and closer to that light.
That's right.
You better believe it.
Hey, Sister Lee,
y'all
we love you.
Y'all be blessed. And if your mother, Miss Lynda, are you a mother?
I am not a mother. I haven't had the pleasure.
No, don't say that. It's not time.
No, it's not time. I tell her it's not time.
It's not time, but when it's time, be blessed, son. It's a beautiful relationship.
Hey, she might be like Abraham and Sarah.
Hey, I hope not. I'm not going to even go there with you.
Thank you, Sister Lee. Thank you very much. Don't go there. Don't let them take you there.
Hey, Sister Lee, how old was Sarah when she got pregnant?
Even going there.
Thank you, Sister Lee.
I think Sarah was 100 years old once she...
Y'all be blessed.
All right.
Thank you, Sister Lee.
Yeah, you might be like that biblical story. Abraham and Sarah. I knew it was something special about you. There's always hope. You might have a child when you're 100 years old. Boy, that's going to be the funniest thing. Come out with an old baby. Boy, that's going to be funny. Hey, let's take this caller here. This Sean. Sean, that's Sean from last week. Sean, that's you, my brother?
How you doing, Brother Rob and Sister Lynda?
Good, thank you.
Good.
All right. I'm just listening to y'all this morning, and I got a couple of more analogies for you with that what you were just talking about. I see a lot of, me being a personal trainer, I see a lot of fat people trying to tell people how to get in shape in the gyms, too.
Yeah.
And
Isn't amazing?
And also, me being incarcerated before, there was a lot of, the jailhouse lawyer trying to tell you how to get out and can't get his own self out.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be. Ooh.
Oh, it's got to be a
That's
lot
a
of
good
that,
one.
huh?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just wanted to call in this morning. As you know, we spoke earlier, Rob, that I'll be shipping out this weekend, moving to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And
Congratulations, too, man.
Thank you. And I just wanted to, once again, thank you, too, for allowing me to come in and speak for the brothers, as I said, that don't have a voice, and share all the things that we share. And, just give you overall thanks for being an understanding friend, too.
Yeah, Sean, as a matter of fact, we want you, even though you're going and shipping out to on the west side, you're going to Arizona there, and he's getting married, too, right?
Right. On the 24th.
On the 24th.
We'll be flying out to the sunny Hawaii.
Yeah. Hey, Lynda, they're getting married in Hawaii.
That's awesome.
This brother, man.
That is awesome.
He could write a book. I'm telling you. I'm encouraging him to write a book from where he's been and what he's come up. I mean, it's hope, man. I mean, it's a great story. He's going to Hawaii. Matter of fact, we're going to be there in June.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it. And that's my intentions one day in the future when I really put this thing together that I'm working on.
Yeah.
But, I'll definitely be in touch with you, Rob, and you just take care, and I wish you both the best with your show and any upcoming, endeavor that you do decide to, uptake.
And, Sean, we're going to look at you as an expert of someone who's been incarcerated. Anytime we need to get an answer and we got a question, we're going to be able to call on you. We're going to be able to call on you. And then we want you to call, from Arizona. We're streaming on the Internet. You can listen to us live.
Oh, for sure, I will. I will. And as I said, Rob, when you've been through it, it's easy to talk about. So once again, I thank you, and both of you. God bless and take care.
Okay, bro. Much love to you.
All right, much love to you.
Okay, that's Sean. Let me tell you something, Lynda. When I met the guy, I mean, them kind of people who you could close your eyes and you can feel his spirit. So that's truth, And the guy, it's just goodness, man. No strings attached,
Right,
And we like brothers from another mother. You know what I mean?
And it's a lot of young brothers out there doing things and they thinking that, when I get caught, I can do the time, I can do this. People like Sean, they will tell you not what he heard, but what he knows. Right. He's been through it. And some of the things he described and some of the injustices and you feeling like all I did was this, like he explained the difference between crack and powder and how they anticipate that you were going to cook up the cocaine. So you got 20 years.
Right.
So y'all young brothers out there and sisters too, if you thinking about doing something wrong, if you thinking about it, talk to somebody that's been there.
Right.
Don't talk to your friend that's doing the same thing and has never been incarcerated. Sean can give you a first-hand description of what it's like.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. You don't want to get caught up in that.
You don't want to get caught up in it.
If you live in a life of crime, let me tell you something. They building a cell for you. They got a place to
matter
put
of time.
you. Ain't no such thing as home. And you know how people trying to look for housing?
Right.
You ain't got to look for no jail cell.
No, ain't no sense in crying. It's not fair. All I did was this. The white guy got this and didn't get that. Don't even go there because
they will find a spot for you in prison. They will find a spot for you behind bars.
Yeah.
You follow me? So I mean that's just the way it is. Two places that you don't want to be messed up in. You know the two places you don't want to be messed up in? One is in the legal system.
Yeah.
You don't want to be messed up in.
You don't want to be on probation.
You don't even want to get around.
You don't want to have
the
a
legal
pending loss. You don't want just.
You don't even want to get. You don't even want to be messed up in that mess.
Just go ahead and get a second or third job.
The second place you don't want to be messed up in is them hospitals. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to be messed up around there. Oh my goodness. They charging you all. You don't know what they charging you.
Yeah.
You don't know what they charging you for. They just billing you. That's two places you don't want to be messed up. So therefore, because that's all about money. Now it's all about money. They'll tell you in the justice system ain't got nothing to do with whether you are innocent. It has nothing to do with whether you're innocent. You got a prosecutor and you got a defense lawyer, and they got their own agenda. One trying to win and score, and one trying to get you, and one trying to get you out of trouble.
Right.
And they keeping their own personal score and their own track record. nothing personal, and they know each other, and they gonna see, who gonna win. It's like playing a card game.
Yeah, they'll ride it out, and they'll file appeal after appeal and file charges second or third time, and
it's all
everybody
got
to get paid.
All about money. Judge throw it out. That mean you got to pay more. Right. Hey, when the judge continue it, that mean you got to pay more money for the lawyer.
Absolutely.
And him and the lawyer play golf. Isn't that something? And then those hospital, all about money.
Yeah, you seem like if you ever been hospitalized, years later, you still getting bills. You still getting notices.
Like it'll never go away.
It never goes away. $2 here. You owe me for a aspirin or a Tylenol, and it's never ending.
You paid that. Next thing you know, the X-ray guy sending you a bill. Oh no,
radiology.
Yeah,
and the pillow.
You thought you paid the hospital that radiology. Then the ambulance service sending you. Are you like what? What y'all?
Yeah, it's never ending.
Oh man,
stay in shape, stay healthy,
That's right.
Take your meds. Just do the right thing. Eat right because you don't want to get caught up.
It's all about money. Let's take Thomas on line 2 right quick. Thomas, is that you, my brother?
Good morning, Rob and Lynda.
Good morning. How you doing?
A quick question, Lynda.
Yes.
I have a cousin by that name, Lynda Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Your father wouldn't happen to be named Newman, will it?
No.
Okay, so
No,
that's a
Thomas.
different name.
Thomas, that's not her maiden name. I mean that's
that's her maiden name.
Yeah, Thomas. She married this dude by the name of Harris. Dude, she always putting down and saying they want to work.
Yeah.
She married him. Now he probably got a father or cousin or whatever that name Harris.
He stayed down in Perrine, correct?
Nah, she don't stay in no Perrine.
You stayed in Perrine.
No.
Okay, get that. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the incarceration issue.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the areas where, especially we as black people don't want to be mixed up in the justice system. We tend to look at males more so than females, even though females are getting incarcerated. I think pregnancy is another issue that women should basically look at as far as getting caught up in the justice system, because they ruin the life of a young girl when a young girl gets pregnant and have kids and she get caught up in that system.
Yeah.
A lot of young women lives are destroyed. I happen to be at a neighbor's house, and his next door neighbor is just 16, and she already has 3 kids. And I say, what?
My goodness.
So
somebody should be hauled to jail.
When we talk about money and finances and success, that girl's life is ruined already.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for her to bounce back.
Unless she could sing. Unless she could sing like what's the girl who couldn't read but could sing
Fantasia.
good? Unless she Fantasia. Unless she fantastic Fantasia. She can have that many kids. She got to have some more talents other than having kids, though. She got to have something. I mean, when you say her life is over, I'm saying.
One out of I'm not saying it's over like she's dead and she doesn't have any opportunity, but her opportunity has been limited much.
Greatly.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasia is just one out of 1 million black women that make it.
Right.
You're right.
So we can see where people come out of that rut. But if we want to look at the odds, and the chances that you may put yourself under, that's another depression.
Yes, it is. And I'm going to tell you something, Thomas. You bring up such an interesting fact, and that's a fact, And Thomas, I was just studying the data. Let me tell you why I said you bring up such an interesting fact when you said the 16-year-old with 3 kids. Now, right now, there's about 6 billion people on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
6 billion people on the planet. They predict by the end of the century, by the year 2100, there's going to be 12.5 billion people on the planet. Okay? Now, think about traffic now. Think about all the people you see now. Can you imagine? And think about people are starting to live longer. Think about the housing crisis. Think about, with that in mind, the electricity, the fuel.
Robert, all of those things are the houses. Think about the resources that have to deal with life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Water and food.
No, that's where I'm going with this. Just think about, like I say, water and food and just electricity, especially all the gadgets they bringing out. You know what I mean? All the futuristic phones and all these little electronic this and that. And just think about the poor. The poor mostly, they don't even practice birth control. And then think about the group of people who advocates for birth control, or people who saying that there shouldn't be no birth control. And think about these same people who said there shouldn't be no birth control are not taking care of this 16-year-old girl with the creative. Let me tell you something. It's all about money. So therefore, you have the group of people, especially a lot of rich people, who they say the government. The poor people depend on getting a check from the government, and the poor people think that the people who are rich need to pay more in taxes to take care of their habits and their mistakes. Okay.
Robert, think about this, though, along with that, to add. Think about it. They allowed the black and the churches to get stuck in religion because the preachers are not going to even allow safe sex and condoms to be a subject in the church.
Now, isn't that amazing how they're not going to allow that, but still the planet and people are still having sex? Because, see, first of all, it's all about money. When a person feel bad, people trying to feel good about something. A lot of times they trying to get some temporary, feel good. And oftentimes a lot of people turn to sex, especially a lot of poor people. And then, and actually, and a lot of people have figured this thing out. The more children that they have, the more checks they can get.
Ooh, that's not figuring it out.
I'm saying
they
that.
think they figuring it out.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
On the financial tip.
Yeah. They figure they think they done figured something out.
Right.
So they figure they getting a check for each child. Now, let me tell you, I'm going somewhere with this, all right? Now, right now, most of us are just starting to wake up to the fact that the planet is in trouble with this global warming.
Uh-huh.
That the elements and the weather is acting bad. Now, I'm going to tell you something. What if there was a bigger problem, but nobody is really talking about it? When I say nobody, the masses, but the world leaders, the power to be, the people who really call the shots, the 5%er. What if, while y'all running around here talking about environment and all that, what if they saying the biggest problem is there's too many people alive?
But, Robert, they're not even going to go there because the people the 5%ers that are running this country are robbing the resources because they are greedy and they're thinking about money more so than resources. They're thinking about resources, but they're thinking about them in the wrong way.
Thomas,
they're thinking about them in a temporal sense instead of a longevity sense.
Thomas,
and they're trying to pocket everything they can get off of it, and they can have all the money in the world when the resources run out.
But yeah. Thomas, think about this for a second. Remember I said it's all about money.
Uh-huh.
First of all, if it's 6 billion people on the planet right now, and they figure by the end of the century, by 2001, it's going to be over 12.5 billion people. They already done did the math, man. They got this thing already figured out. That's going to be a lot of people. That's a lot of people who are going to be hungry. Honestly, I hate to say this. What if some people, I just want you to give it a new thought. Just think about it. What if the people, the world leaders, the people who really in control and know what's going on, what if they say, listen, we got to kill some of these people?
Hey, that's why there's war.
Hey, but listen. That's why they saying. That's why Bush saying what they worrying about over there in Iraq fighting for. What they worrying about? What if they feel and they don't value life as you and I value life because they feel that most people don't know what's going on. They having sex. They consuming the earth. They really don't have a clue what's going on. Do you think they want to have all these people alive? Why do you think they put out all these products on the shelf with all this stuff in it that killing people and causing cancer? Why do you think they selling all these drugs that's causing all kind of bad effects and side effects that's killing you? What if they feel, so what if you drop dead? We got too many people, and if we keep everybody alive, we really gonna be messed up. And they can't come out because it's not politically correct to say we got too many people on the earth. Who gonna say I'm going? So what they do, they keep it silent. Not just give it a new thought. A new thought.
That's really an old thought because
I don't want to frighten y'all. But what if they feel? What if the powers that be believe that there's just too many of y'all on the earth, especially y'all who just keep on having more children. How they gonna keep? Is that enough welfare? Social Security running out, and you ain't got sense enough to save your own money, IRA, or put no money aside. You eating all your nuts. How in the world the country, the people, the government gonna continue to take care of 12 billion people? They thinking about 100 years from now. Y'all ain't thinking about that. That's why they putting all that bad food on the shelf. They gotta kill some of y'all. Call me if y'all. Call me 1-877-825-1080. Nice talking to you too. Lynda's shaking her head over here. Lynda's shaking her head, y'all. Call me 1-877-825-1080. Boy, I know you don't want to hear they want to kill you. We'll come back. Gonna talk some more all about money. We'll be right back.
News, talk, weather, and traffic on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station. Keeping it real with Al Sharpton. Weekdays 1 to 4 p.m.
They're going to take a response that I made to an attack on the Mormon church and act like I attacked it. But rather than do that and get into confusion between people in the street in the Mormon church and people in the street in other churches, I'm going to say, first of all, to them, that is not my intent. That ain't my agenda. If it was, I'd say that. One thing you find about me, you ain't got to guess if I'm going to fight.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
Hey, listen, don't trash it, can it? Don't trash our streets, sidewalks, bus shelters, or other public areas with food containers, bags, bottles, papers, gum, or all sorts of litter. Place your trash in the can.
Yeah, that's right. Can your trash. This message is brought to you by Miami-Dade County Department of Solid Waste Management.
And to report litter in your community, call 305-594-1500. That's 305-594-1500. And remember,
don't trash it, can it?
It's so easy to fall into debt. You fall behind on your credit cards, then catch up again, only to fall behind again when some emergency hits. But right now, there's a real solution to getting out of debt for good. Just call Credit One Credit Counseling Services at 1-800-541-0851. Now listen, Credit One credit counselors are experts at getting late fees waived, lowering your interest rates, and consolidating your debts into one lower monthly payment. Their average client saves 30% in payments every month. And with Credit One services, you get clear information, more options, and patient, compassionate help. Find out how quickly your debts can be paid in full. Gather your bills and call Care One for a personal debt analysis at 1-800-541-0851. Ask for licensing details. Get out of debt and get on with your life. Care One now. 1-800-541-0851. That's 1-800-541-0851.
Greyhound presents
Go Dog!
Quickly going where few have gone before.
Okay, I want to take my girl to all 60 states.
60 states, huh? We'll get you close with Greyhound's new faster, more direct routes with fewer stops. Just hop a bus and get to wherever you're going faster and more comfortably than ever before.
Excuse me, when does the bus to West Dakota leave?
That's not a state, sir.
Oh, okay. What about East Carolina?
No.
Columbiana?
Do you need a map, sir?
About how long does the bus to Hawaii take?
Buses don't run to Hawaii, sir.
Go Dog!
Greyhound has dropped their prices across the country, so now you can get wherever it is you're going for less than before. Come in or visit Greyhound.com for special low fares. Prices may vary in select cities.
The CBG of Miami-Dade and vicinity presents its second annual Empowerment Weekend. Friday and Saturday, May 18th and 19th. Join Tavis as he hosts one of the most powerful weekends ever.
I look forward to seeing you out there.
Participate in workshops about home ownership, personal and business credit, financial practices, and health and wellness for faith-based organizations. We'll be at Koinonia Worship Center on 4900 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard. Doors open at 1 p.m. Friday and 9 a.m. on Saturday. Tickets are $50 for 2 days or $25 for 1 day. CBG members pay only $40 for 2 days. Join Tavis Smiley.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley.
And special guest speaker John Hurst Adams on Friday at 8:30 p.m. and then on Saturday at 12:45 p.m. To pre-register, call 1-866-406-9526. 866-406-9526. The Evening with Tavis Smiley is funded in part by the Children's Trust, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida. How can Blue help you? Nova Southern University and News Talk 1080 WTPS, the People Station.
Your voice, your station on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
All about the money, ain't nothing funny.
And, you know, on that last break, Robert, I was over here shaking my head because, you know, he came with this too many people, and they may end up getting rid of some of us. You know, my brother-in-law, sometimes he get a little far-fetched, but then I start thinking, Robert, you may not be so crazy. You know, what if they passed a law that says if you don't show any kind of promise or productivity by the age of 16, that's it. You think these young people will start walking around with their pants down and doing nothing and watching cartoons all day and videos? What if they passed a law that said if you don't show some kind of promise,
they're gonna zap you?
You got 16 years to get it together.
They're gonna zap you?
They're gonna zap you.
Yeah.
You think we'll have more people doing stuff?
Hey, man, listen, I'm telling you, some Congress and the people in the White, man, they can pass a law tomorrow. They make the laws
Because there's a lot of walking dead around here. They're just taking up the carbon and taking up the air and just doing nothing.
Let me tell you something, man. The people that control the laws in this country, they make the laws up when they to fit, and they got to protect the world. And I'm gonna tell you something. They will get rid of some people.
I don't believe that part.
I'm
just saying.
I don't want to, but you got to look objective. Let me tell you something. Think about it. 6 billion people on the planet right now. Everywhere you go, crowded. On every state you go, just crowded.
And they dropping dead and do far and a lot of places. Well, why don't they feed? You know, they keep letting them have kids. They don't want to give them birth control. The Catholic Church against that.
I'm telling you.
So in Africa, they having all these babies and they got swollen stomachs and there's no food
now
there.
You see what I'm saying?
And
now you see what I'm saying?
And they letting them die.
Now you see what I'm saying? See, y'all can call me crazy all you want to. I only deal with reality, what I see. I'm telling you. Because don't make no sense.
Obviously, abstinence is not working. That is the key. That is first and foremost, and that's how it should be. But once we know that it's not working,
listen,
why don't they advocate birth control? But they're not doing that.
Lynda, let me tell you something. And see, and that's why you got them against us against them. And you got, you know.
But when we know better, we should do better, Robert. Yeah, nobody making us have 3 kids by the age of 16.
Yeah, but listen. What ought to be and what is 2 different things.
This is true.
Okay? The way things ought to be and the way things are 2 different things. We know how the way things ought to be, but the way they are. See, I deal with the way things are. I already know how the way things ought to be. Don't get it twisted. Now, you know the great U.S. of A. If they could spend $100 billion on Iraq, you know $100 billion can just clean up the whole America and stop poverty and stop a whole lot of this stuff. They can stop drugs. The money ain't the issue. I'm telling y'all stop and look at the big picture. It's too many people. They ain't telling you that because it's not politically correct to say it's too many people. They need people dying. Come on, man.
I am not going to.
Can you imagine? You know how many
I can't
forests?
sign off on that memo.
Do you know how many trees they building? People need housing. You think it's gonna be okay? You think 10 years from now it's gonna be less people that need housing and accommodation? You think it's gonna be less people or more people? The boy just called here and said, Thomas just called here and said, 16-year-old having 3 children. The 16-year-old still a child. She got 3 children that need care. What are we going to do, not care for them? So the system got to care for them. That money got to come from somewhere. They got to be housed somewhere. They building houses everywhere they could build. Now, if it's 6 billion people around the planet right now, and it's going to be 12 billion people in the next century, what you think? I mean, come on, think about it. Just do the math. And the people who actually say they want this thing to continue, they have to plan. And they can't say, y'all having too many children, it's too many people living, it's too many. No. I mean, come on, they're not trying to save nobody. They're not trying to stop people. They're not trying to, when you go to prison, they're trying to make you a better citizen and you come out. They need you to come back. That's a whole industry. Like Brother Sean was telling us. That's a $1 billion industry. They need that. They're not trying to stop crime. You stop crime. You know what I mean? Police officers. How many of y'all out there, police officers, depend on y'all job? What if they tell you ain't got to come no more because tomorrow ain't nobody in Liberty City did nothing? You'll be like, man, what we going to do? We ain't got no job. Now we got to get housing too. This has a rippling effect. It's all about money. You got to stop looking at this thing from a different point of view. That's all I'm saying. Let's take Sandy on line 3. Sandy, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm in class.
Are you learning something?
Yes, I am, but I have 2 quick points to add on to what you were saying with the last caller. If you just think about AIDS and HIV and what it has done to the black community alone, they don't have to worry about us because they've already predicted in the next 50 years that we'll be extinct. And to add to that, think about just Miami-Dade County alone, how small it is, how many black people have, and our rate is 1 in every 44 are infected, and that's just for the people that know. And for a single female like myself, you trying to meet somebody at the club, and 1 in every 44 people is infected. That's mighty scary.
Yes, that is.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
and
that
then
is.
on top of that, I was thinking about, like Lynda said, Darfur and all of these other places where black people are really the ones that are mostly affected by what's going on. That prediction probably is correct if we continue to be the subjects that they study. And about the food situation, I was tripping about eating KFC because, their practices in making their chicken and stuff. But I was talking to my friend the other day, and I said, wow, could you imagine how big a chicken farm would have to be to raise chickens the natural way in order to even supply all of the Boston markets in Miami alone?
Now you starting to see I'm not so crazy, huh, Lynda?
Oh, I don't think you crazy at all.
Say it again, because she's shaking her head like brother-in-law. You done woke up on something. See?
No, he is not crazy, I'm telling you, and I get it all the time. I'm starting to think that crazy is the preferred way to be, and that they keep calling me crazy. I should be proud of it. Trust me, you're not the only one, Robert.
No, they trying to figure out, Sandy, how you figured this out. The powers that be trying to say, oh, Lord, how she figuring out? See, because for the most part, they want to have us all like zombies, like cattle, thinking the same way. We all go to the 1st grade to the 12th grade, learn the same thing, do the same thing, get the same jobs, do the same thing. So we like cattle. So free thinkers, they don't want us to be free thinkers thinking out of the box. I think I really, since I dropped out of college, I think it was the best thing that happened to me because I'm like a runaway slave. I'm not conformed.
So you know what, Robert? That is so true. And one thing that I keep having to tell myself, sometimes you want to go back to that comfort zone and say, man, I'm tired of people looking at me like I'm weird and all of this stuff. But when I step outside my door and drive down the street, I live right here in Brownsville in the city, and I see these people, I say, man, I'm sorry. I can't walk around looking like that. And they literally look like zombies. Not only are they acting like it, they're really looking like zombies, too. So I'm with you.
Hey, Sandy, you want to see Sandy, and when you just said that, you said they really looking like zombies. You want to see?
Yeah, they do.
Sandy, you know what a sad sighting is? Let me tell you what a sad sighting is. You got Billy Bob Winehead, right? Billy Bob Winehead, all of a sudden, somebody died and left Billy Bob Winehead some money. Billy Bob Winehead, eyes bloodshot red, skin looked like old leather, got a sore scar all over his face. All of a sudden, Billy Bob Winehead show up in front of y'all with a whole Gucci suit on. Okay? And he got a whole, because he done came in some money. He got a Gucci suit on. He got jewelry dripping all down. He got a new car. Now, that is a sad sighting. Because he got some money, but he's wearing his money and he's spending his money on the outer. See, if he had any sense, Billy Bob Winehead, instead of going to get all that outer trapping and being all in the hood and showing up on the corner, he would have went and got a colonic, cleaned himself out, pumped the stomach out. When he got his face, you follow me? He would have went and got his inner taken care of. Because, and then Billy Bob Winehead, because he's got some money now, he going to the country club. Well, all them white folks thinking that he going to be accepted. They looking at him saying, you just Billy Bob Winehead with some clothes on. You follow me?
Robert,
it looks bad.
I got one for you, and this is true. This is very true. My aunt, I swear to God, she's been playing crazy for so long to get these people checked. They finally gave
she crazy
her some
nice.
money. And she totally Fruit Loops right now, and she got all of this money, and she went to the flea market. She got a ring on every finger. She bought some blue Versace glasses.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
God, that's a bad
goodness.
And that is my aunt that I love so dearly.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
God bless her.
Right there.
We all got them, man. I got them. All the listeners got somebody, too. They just ain't calling in. They got somebody like your aunt and Billy Bob Winehead. All right, much love to you.
All right,
All right. Hey, y'all on the phone, we're going to get to you. Call us 1-877-825. 825-1080. We'll be right back at the station break. Ray, keep it locked. We're coming right to you, brother. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. You got to understand. You got to understand what's really going on. It's Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, and my sister-in-law business partner, Lynda Harris.
Good morning.
We're live in the beautiful studios of WTPS, the People's Station, where information is power. New Thought Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's New Thought Saturday. New Thought Saturday. Lines are lit up. 1-877-825-1080. New Thought. Just a new thought. It's top of the hour. It's after 8 o'clock. It's 8:03 right now. What we're going to do is I want to educate you all today. A new thought. Okay? And before I do that, let me take this. Let me take a couple of these calls here because we're going to talk about leverage buyouts in the business world. How these white folks making so much money. What is a leverage buyout? What is a merger and acquisition? How is that? And how do they make billions of dollars? And how does that come about? And before we go into that, I want to tell you all, I'm going to discuss the word today is synergy. Our word for today is synergy. But before we go into that, I want to take a couple of these callers before we go into that. But that's what we're going to talk about the second hour. But let me take some of these calls. They probably have some questions and comments about our last hour, what we talked about. Why don't we take Ray here from Dania Beach? He said he's a first-time caller here. Ray, are you there, my brother?
Yes, I am, Robert. Good morning. How are you all?
Good morning.
Good. Yeah, I just want to take the time out to say that I enjoy your show. I appreciate all of the information that you give out, and I think it's very essential, in terms of what you're giving out information. And having to go elsewhere to find this, I don't know where a person would actually have to go to get the information that you all give out.
And you're a first-time caller?
Yes.
Okay.
I have listened to you. I don't know if you recall when you all had there was some sort of a forum that you had at the Marriott, I believe, down in downtown Miami.
Okay.
And James T. was hosting some sort of a panel there talking about home buying, about
that was Michael
real
Chapman.
estate.
Yeah, that was Michael Chapman's
exactly.
his thing, right?
I first tuned into your show on that morning, and my stepfather actually told me about your program. And said to tune in at 1080, and I've never been a talk show person, and when I tuned into that, I was just impressed. And from that point on, I made it my business to try to, tune into your show, from that point to now.
Thank you very much.
And the topics that you cover, it's just it's comprehensive, and it really enlightens a lot of things, views that that we address every day. And a lot of times people don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see something about that thing about things to be curious about or wonder about, make you think. Waste management.
Okay.
In terms of the amount of garbage that we put out on a daily basis now. 100 years from now, it's like I'm worried about it now. As opposed to 100 years from now, waste management. Even though most of us won't be here in 100 years, but the offsprings, the generations after us that have to deal with that garbage.
Yeah, because when you think about 100 years is a blip, man. Mm-hmm. We got people that go to church every Sunday talking about Jesus, and that was 2,000 years ago. What do you think 100 years they're going to be talking about? 100 years is nothing compared to 2,000 years ago. You follow me? And 2,000 years ago, you got people, if you've seen, what was that, 2020 last night? You got a lot of people that's really into faith and religion, and they're talking about something that happened from Jesus to Muhammad 2,000, 3,000 years ago. So 100 years, let me tell you something, that's no time at all, brothers and sisters.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Don't think that's far off.
That's true.
It's not. But yeah, you're right. Waste management, that's going to be a problem.
Okay, now one other thing, I don't know if the show has ever talked about this, about investing for children in terms of how the parents are affected with taxes.
Yeah,
in terms of if they want to invest for children.
Yes.
How do you handle that, in terms of being able to deal with tax time.
Well, what happens is usually when I get quite a few, we have a lot of clients that come in and we encourage them to get their kids involved in investing. What you do is you got to make sure that your kid has a social security number. And then what happens is you put the investment, you as the guardian, because the kid is a minor.
Right.
So then you will be the guardian on the account with the kid, and you use the kid's social security number for tax purposes. So therefore, I don't care how much money you make, the kid will be taxed at a lower tax bracket. And first of all, kids have, each year, they're allowed to make so much money before they even taxed at all. You follow me?
I follow you.
And so they'll be the lower tax bracket. So it's strategy. Trust me, them white folks in Congress, they don't figure this out because they got a lot of money and they got a lot of kids. So they got something favorable. We just follow it, okay?
Right, I follow.
But you call our office, we'll hip you to it, brother.
Okay, thanks a lot. Now, I appreciate it. Keep on doing what you're doing. I'm tuned in, and this is my source of information.
You got it, Ray. Thank you. Much love to you.
Much love to you, too.
Gotcha.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's go to Karen. Karen, are you there in Perrine?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for being patient and holding on.
Oh, it's okay. I just wanted to say again, the information, we really appreciate it, and we definitely need it. But I just wanted to do a little twist on this, if I could. Your information is very good. It's actually very powerful. But I happen to be one of the few individuals who have come out of, Perrine and, those deeper areas and have been blessed to be in the financial arena where a lot of people don't look like me. And I have to be honest with you, one thing that does float around in that group is, there is some similarity to what you're saying about, they're zombies, people are zombies, they don't know anything, they're just walking around, they're useless to society. But if white America and rich America already thinks that, we have to be careful how we put our information out and what we say about us, because it feeds into what they say. They really believe it. And that means that they're going to treat us that way in the restaurants, in the stores, wherever. So we really have to be careful and use our gifts and our tools in a manner that we pull more of us out and not necessarily beat them over the head or be negative with them, but keep up your information and, let's pull more of us out of that our slump, I'm going to say, and make us really want to, yearn for more information as opposed to the laughter and the jokes. I know you're having a good time, and I know you're having your information out there, but we really have to be careful what we say.
See,
that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me ask you, you said you're in the financial arena, and most of the people you're around, they don't look like you, right?
Right, and I'm saying financial in terms of investments and other things.
Right.
I've been
Right.
really blessed that way, but yes.
Right. Yeah, similar to us.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you very, very much for calling.
You're welcome.
Yeah, she basically, I think I know what she's saying. She's saying that we shouldn't, I guess, talk or
State the obvious.
State the obvious. It's almost like
But not talking about it will make it
go away. I mean, it's almost like, and see, that right there is an illusion to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when to not say something, it is not truth. There's no truth in that.
I think we have to talk about it to change it. It is definitely out there. It's truth. There's what she's saying is perhaps we should. I'm not quite clear. Not say it, and maybe it won't be.
Let me. And a lot of people say that when we don't state. A lot of people say we shouldn't state the obvious. I think when an alcoholic gets up in an AA and says, "My name is, Johnny Brown, and I'm an alcoholic." I think when you confront yourself and you look at yourself, and if someone's saying something about you, I think that it's important for you to be able to look at yourself outside yourself. I think for the most part, most of us, black and white, most people don't have the ability or don't use the ability that they have to look at themselves outside of themselves. When I made the comment about Willie or Sweet Willie or whoever I said with Sandy, when I said a sad sighting when you see someone who obviously is on the low end financially.
Right.
And all of a sudden he gets a windfall. And he tries to dress himself up to look like he's very prosperous. It's obvious, whether you're black or white, you can look at a person. Because the first thing that you can look at Sweet Willie, even though he's a wine head and he has a Gucci outfit on and the gold, the first thing that you look at is his teeth. He didn't get his teeth fixed. You can look at his eyes. You can look at his lot of trouble. He done been through a lot. Mm-hmm. So that's the obvious. And to not to state that, it's obvious. And see, Sweet Willie don't know. He need to be able to look at himself outside himself. That's the greatest strength that a person could have, to be able to look at themselves outside themselves and look at another point of view. See, no one has to tell us. We should be able to look at it and see. No one has to tell us in our communities. That's the sad part about it. That's what's so disturbing to me. That's what's so disturbing to me. I mean, you should be able to keep a record, keep score yourself. No one has to tell you if you're losing, if you're not prospering. No one has to tell you. You need to know. You know already.
I think also what she was saying was the people that don't look like us, they think negative about us anyway. And for us to sit here on the radio and state it, it's somehow feeding into it. But they already see it. We're already demonstrating it, and we're trying to correct it. And the first way to correct it is to state it deal with it and put it out there. And usually, we never had a talk show we can actually come out and state the obvious. That we're spending all our money and,
right.
and we're not saving, and we think things and trinkets going to dress us up and make us look prosperous to them, and it's not working. So we have to work on that.
We get a lot of people to come into our office saying, I never looked at it like that. Now I got a new thought. I was eating. An example, the metaphor I gave as a squirrel, the nature of humans. We're all like squirrels. And squirrels usually gather nuts. They gather their nuts for the winter. It's not natural for a squirrel, every time he come upon a nut, he eat it all. And then when wintertime come, he look for somebody else, or somebody else give him something, another squirrel. That's not natural. But see, for us humans, and let me tell you something. It's not just black people. You got more poor white people than you ever had black people.
Right.
For the simple reason, the math. You got poor white people that live in the trailers that be hidden. They don't even make the news that you don't hear about. So it's not just us. Because first of all, I'm not a blame person. Blame don't get you nowhere. I don't blame, but I do state the obvious. It's 8:15. We'll be right back because I got to educate you all on what is a leverage buyout. And I got to simplify it and how they're making money, because it does affect you. And I want you to start looking on a minor scale, what is a leverage buyout and how does it affect you? And can you do it? And give you a new thought. And then we're going to move right in to stocks. I got to tell you something. I got to go over some things about the stock market that I want you all to know. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Your voice, your opinion, your station. News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
Why would you pay $1,200 for a TV you can buy anywhere for $300? I'm attorney Rob Semmert of Dead Stoppers. People pay this kind of markup every day at rent-to-own stores. Why? Because they think they have no other choice. But they really do. Call Debt Stoppers at 888-619-0400. Make the right choice for your future. Get out of debt. Debt Stoppers, 888-619-0400. And debtstoppers.net. Debt Stoppers,
a debt relief agency helping people find real financial freedom through bankruptcy.
Finally, legal help for the little guy. Debt Stoppers presents Warren Ballantyne, the People's Attorney, Sunday nights at 9 on News Talk 1080 WTPS. Whatever your legal question, the People's Attorney has the answer. And if you've got debt problems, no matter how they started, Debt Stoppers can stop them. Call us today at 888-619-0400 or fill out our debt help form online at debtstoppers.net. 888-619-0400. Debt Stoppers.
She gets so weak in the knees.
I get so weak. I've tried to work out with Eddie before, but that doesn't work out for us.
But it's a good thing he's there to hold her up.
She has no idea what's in store for her today. She's going to be extremely sore when today's over with.
Taj and Eddie George put the real in reality TV.
Help me, Lord.
I'm Married a Baller at 10 and 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7 and 7:30 p.m. Pacific, only on TV1. Available on Comcast Cable and DirecTV Channel 241.
Strike, baby. Hey, Rob, when was the last time you were gobsmacked?
Oh, about a month ago. We got hit by a Hyundai.
A Hyundai? No, gobsmacked. It means astonished. Like when I found out the tuition at Broward Community College is about half of four-year schools, but the first 2 years of courses are identical.
Oh, that's cool. I guess I was gobsmacked that you actually used the word gobsmacked.
Very funny. I sure wish I had a friend with more perspicacity.
Get a high-quality education and improve your life. You'll be gobsmacked by BCC's flexible scheduling. Day, night, weekend, and online classes are available, and transferring to a state school after graduation is guaranteed. You have our word. Call 954-201-7200 or visit www.broward.edu.
Perspicacity? What's that supposed to mean?
Visit www.broward.edu or call 954-201-7200. Broward Community College. We keep you thinking.
Saturday, May 19th is your night for love at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium. Experience the smooth, sultry, soulful sounds of Levert, Mickey Howard, and Glenn Jones. This evening of classic R&B is presented by Miami-Dade Commissioner Audrey Edmondson and Miami-Dade Parks. It's an unforgettable concert you won't want to miss. Tickets can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a night of love, an evening of classic R&B with Levert, Mickey Howard, and Glenn Jones. Saturday, May 19th at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium. Call 305-636-2350 for more information. That's 305-636-2350.
Can't wait.
Saturday, May 19th is your night for love at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium. Presented by Commissioner Audrey Edmondson and Miami-Dade Parks. You will not forget this. Saturday, May 19th at the Joseph Caleb Auditorium. It's an unforgettable concert you won't want to miss.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station. You get the last word.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
It's all about the money. It's nothing funny. We're back. News Talk 1080, live, Miami. Call us 1-877-825-1080, 1-877-825-1080. This is Robert Henderson Jr., your host. My co-host is Lynda Harris. I'm a certified financial planner. We have the Henderson Financial Group located in Miami Lakes, Florida. You can always call us with your questions or comments. Also, 305 is the area code, 825-1444. We've been talking about things that pertain to money and keeping it real, and just New Thought Saturday, as I like to call it. And before we go into that, let me take Bob here online too. Bob, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Bob. And I really do appreciate your show. I mean, you are full of excellent ideas, and you sure provoke people to thinking. And one of the things that bothers me, I'm a court watcher in the Dade County Courthouse, and I watch so many people get destroyed in our corrupt court systems. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a terrible tragedy to see people lose their homes, lose their belongings and things like that because of manipulation that takes place in the court systems. Mm-hmm. I believe strongly that the lawyers in this country have got a stranglehold on every single citizen. The average citizen, the average family, the average company is one frivolous lawsuit away from bankruptcy. Mm-hmm. And your system of justice in the United States is you're innocent until proven broke.
That's right.
It's going to get worse because we allow this to happen. You know, your program is basically an educational program, and it's very, very educational. It's very valuable to everybody out there.
Thank you.
One of the things I believe strongly in is people have to get back to the roots of this country, which is separation of powers. Today, we don't have separation of powers. We have lawyer legislators making laws, then we have lawyer judges adjudicating the laws, and then we have lawyer prosecutors enforcing laws. That's the three branches of government that are taken care of, and we have this is getting more and more and more corrupt every day, and people don't have any faith in the system. The Department of Election came down to South Florida a few years ago, and they pointed out that less than 20% of the people in the South Florida vote on a regular basis. That means 80% of the people basically stay home. Yeah. And when they took a survey and they asked people, why don't you go out and vote, the 80%, they started to question, why don't you go out and vote? And the the average person was saying, it's like replacing Al Capone with Bugsy Malone, and people said, well, the precincts in your neighborhoods, these the precincts are open from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. There's free transportation to and from the polls. Your company pays you while you're off to go out and vote. Why don't you go out? And people just don't believe in the system.
No, I know. And you bring up a good point, Bob. And, I've been studying that also. It's amazing how if you want to be a doctor in this country, after you go through medical school and you get your license, you have to intern. You have to go and you have to graveyard shift. You have to intern for a while before you can go out and start and open up your own office. But in the legal system, as soon as you finish law school and you pass the bar without any experience, you have the right to actually go out and start your own business and defend or charge or sue people without any type of training.
This Bob, is the most important thing you've just said. Last year in the state of Florida, this is on the internet. Last year in the state of Florida, there were more than 10,000 Floridians that had enough guts to write a complaint against a lawyer who had ripped them off. Of the 10,000 citizens that wrote complaints to the Florida Bar, which is basically a corrupt union of lawyers, the 10,000 citizens wrote complaints, and 9,800 were told to go home. You got no probable cause. The lawyer didn't rip you off after all.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You have a 98% dismissal rate. Now, if you write a complaint against a judge, it's the same type of thing, 98% dismissal rate. You've got the fox guard in the hen house.
Yeah,
There's no way we can get out of this trap until we get people back in the system, people like you and I that can make an honest judgment, and it's not, you don't have to cover for your brotherhood.
Right.
This system is totally. You had the lawyer just about a month ago, Luis Robles,
right,
that ripped off more than $15 million of innocent people that were involved in the tobacco settlements. And they put him for 10 years in jail.
Yeah. That's something to think about. Thanks, Bob.
Hey,
You
Bob,
gave us
So
something to think
listen,
about.
look at my website in the internet. It's called constitutionalguardian.com. The other website is called judicialaccountability.org. And the book I'm asking everyone to read is called The Federalist Papers in Modern Language. It's indexed for today's political issues. It's edited by Mary E. Webster of the Webster Dictionary family.
All right, God.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for calling in, Bob.
Thank you.
All right.
Right back.
All right. Okay. Bob is absolutely right, and that's why I say you got to have and freedom now. Freedom used to be an idea, but right now, freedom is a commodity, meaning it's just like corn, rice, whatever. You got to be able to pay for it, so you can't be spending all your money on things and stuff. You got to be able to have some money so you can make sure that you could be able to, keep going on and won't get in the trick bag with this legal system. Okay. I want to go in and talk about what is a leverage buyout. And you hear all these companies merging and these companies making a lot of money. Have you ever thought about that? I mean, most people, they hear this, this company bought this company for billions of dollars. It used to be millions of dollars. Now it's $10 billion and $25 billion. They buying companies, and where are they getting the money from? Well, let me just give you an example, and then let's use a metaphor. Let's walk this through, because I don't like talking over people's head using all these big words. And Lynda, you asked a question, why do they call it leverage buyout, right?
Yeah. Usually when terms come up or you're able to know the definition just by the word or what it means or what the person is going to do just by the topic or the title. But leverage buyout, break that down. Why is it called a leverage buyout?
Well, first of all, when you use leverage, mean that you're using other people's money.
Right.
In other words, you're bartering.
Okay.
You're not actually bringing your greenbacks out of your
coming
pocket.
out your pocket.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're leveraging. You're bartering, or you have something of value that you're pledging in order to get something. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a leverage. You don't actually have the cash, but you got credit for it, so to
Okay.
speak. You're good for it, okay?
Okay.
And a buyout is a buyout. Before we go into that, I want you to read this. I told everyone that the word today that I want all of you all to get an understanding today. I want the 6-year-old or 10-year-old who's listening to me to get an understanding of this word. I wish I would have understood it at 10 years old. And I want the 90-year-old to get an understanding of this word. And the word today is synergy.
That's
Synergy.
another one of those words that the way it's pronounced has nothing to do with its meaning. That's unique. Synergy, actually, according to Webster, is the interaction of two or more agents or forces so that their combined effect is even greater than the sum of their individual effects. Let me say that again slower. It's like the merger or the interaction of two or more agents or forces. Just could be people, agents, forces, two or more of anything, so that their combined effect is greater, better, bigger than the sum of their individual effects.
Okay.
So they're more powerful joined together.
Okay, what about the definition when we talked about the muscles? Read that one. Muscles, nerves, and...
The cooperative action of two or more muscles or nerves or anything like that. So in other words, joining together of two or more, things like your muscles or your nerves, combined action or function.
All this is synergy.
Synergy.
What about the cooperation of interactive groups? Read
Cooperative interaction among groups, especially among the acquired subsidiaries or merged parts of a corporation, that creates an enhanced combined effect. Okay. That's a lot of words.
Yes, a lot of words. And what you just said, a lot of people just lost, like, huh?
Yeah.
I can hear my mama saying, Junior, what she said?
Right.
What's he talking about?
What does all that mean?
Oh, mumbo jumbo. Okay, let me break it down to you all. Since I dropped out of college, all right? I had to read them books and then go and interpret it in my own way and use a lot of metaphors.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, synergy. Let's get a visual on this, ladies and gentlemen. This word, synergy, such a big word. Synergy, Synergy, synergy. Can't get a visual on synergy, so you got to understand what it means. Synergy, then get a visual. Synergy. It means that the individual parts, and I want you all to think of your body. Imagine your body right now. Look at your body. Your body that you live in, that house your soul, your body, has individual parts. And the word synergy means that the individual parts are not greater than the sum total. Meaning that my right hand is not greater than my whole entire body. Because my right hand is just my right hand. Or my right thumb. My right thumb don't call the shots. But my right thumb is connected to my hand, which connected to my elbow, my arm, and my shoulder. You follow me? So in other words, synergy, the individual body parts, is not greater than the subtotal. Now, the problem is when you have a body and your left foot think that it's all that. Think that the only reason why you're able to walk is because you have a left foot. Can you imagine your left foot talking jive to you, telling you, hey, somebody better come rub me. Because if y'all don't rub me, your whole body not going to walk. And the body say, listen, left foot, I get a crutch. I hop, but you ain't going to stop this body, left foot. Matter of fact, we can cut you off, left foot, and we still going to live. So the individual part is not greater than the sum total. Y'all got me, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all got that is this big word called synergy. Now, what does that have to do with money? What does it have to do with business? And we're going to break that down because we're going to segue that into what is a leverage buyout. So synergy, when you look at businesses, organizations, in order for them to actually achieve, there must be synergy in the office, on the football field. The Miami Heat needed more synergy. Shaq is not greater than the team. Even though Shaq is a big boy, big man. They have won games when Shaq has been sitting on the bench because Dwayne Wade did his thing. As a matter of fact, when Wade went down with a hurt shoulder, everybody didn't think they was going to make it to the playoff. But there again, synergy. Dwayne Wade is just one body part of that whole team. They still made it to the playoff. Now, when they got to the playoff, not just one body part, but a whole lot of body parts ain't show up. Yeah. So therefore, they didn't advance. You follow me? So so y'all got an idea in terms of synergy. And when you think about business, that's why a lot of people say, man, I'm trying to run this business.
Mm-hmm.
But the employees, I can't get nobody to work with me, whatever, the synergy. That's why it's so important, this thing called synergy. You got to have synergy in your marriage. You got to have synergy. So if you didn't know what synergy was yesterday or 5 minutes ago, now you got a more understanding of what synergy is. Call us 1-877-825-1080. Let's segue right into what is a leverage buyout then. Okay, a leverage buyout, when you hear about these white folks making billions of dollars, how do they do that? Okay, let's think of this. I want you to keep synergy in mind, okay, the body parts, okay? And Lynda, let's say that I'm going to break it down to, we're going to use an example. Let's say, Lynda, you got an old car in front of your yard.
Okay.
And you want to sell that car because, it's just in your yard and you want to sell it. And I come along. I'm an investor. And you say that you want to, Rob, take the car. Been in front of the yard, don't need it, got a new car, it's old, give me $200, right?
Okay.
And what if I tell you, listen, I don't have $200, but I want to draw up a contract.
Okay.
And you say, what do you mean a contract? Meaning that I'm going to come back in 30 days and I'm going to give you $200 for the car. Now, she may look at me and say, if you ain't got the money, how you coming back? Well, I'm going to do a leverage buyout on your car. Now, how can I do a leverage buyout on your car and I ain't got no money?
Right.
Okay. We draw up a contract for $200, 30 days, I got to pay you. The contract say you can't sell it to nobody else. I'm going to come back and give you $200 in 30 days, okay?
Okay.
Got that?
Got it.
Once you sign that contract, the day you can sign a contract, I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to people. First of all, I'm going to go to the tire company because them tires that you had were okay. People can use those. Those are some good tires that was on that old car. And I can go to the tire company. Oh, Mr. Willie, who sell tires and flicks flats, and people want to buy recaps and,
Right.
used tires. I can take that right to the used tires. So I'm going to go and you know what I'm going to get? For all 4 of those tires, I'm going to get $25 or $50 for all 4 tires.
Okay.
Okay? So I go ahead within 30 days and I do a deal that I'm going to sell the tires to Mr. Willie with his used tire shop. Then I'm going to go, see that steering wheel? I'm going to sell a steering wheel to somebody. Then I'm going to sell a carburetor, because remember you said the car still run, right?
Right.
I'm going to break up the parts, the individual parts. I'm going to sell the carburetor. I'm going to sell the alternator. I'm going to sell the regulator. You know what else I'm going to sell? I'm going to sell that battery.
Right.
Forgot about the battery, right? I'm going to sell the battery. And then I'm going to start selling the seats. So I'm breaking this corporation down. I'm breaking this business down. I'm selling the individual part. I'm breaking this car down that you said was only worth $200.
Right.
And I came to buy and did this with no money down. So I sold the lights. I even sold the lights, the front headlights.
Mm-hmm.
I sold everything. I even took off and sold the door handles. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a spare tire, I sold that. I sold the bumpers on the car. I sold the doors. I sold the doors on the car. I broke that car down in individual pieces and I sold them. So what I sold them individually, I wound up getting $1,000, believe it or not, separately. So I just made $800. Do you believe them good white folks out there in the general public, in the world, the investment world, that's how they do companies? They'll go buy a company, a conglomerate that have different parts, this division, that division, and they buy it. They go and negotiate to pay one price. They like to pay one price, $200 for that car.
Right.
And then they already have contracts. Purchasers, they're going to buy the individual parts.
Like stripping down a car.
Yes. You strip down a business.
Strip down a business.
And that's
but you didn't even own the car.
Isn't that amazing?
You didn't bring any money to the table.
No.
You didn't even close on the deal.
No. But
you didn't give me any money. You just
But I got
drove
30
a piece of
days.
paper.
I got
Right.
30 days. I got 30. When they do it in business, they may have a year or 2 years.
Right.
You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
But in this example that we just gave, I said 30 days because I already knew. Because first of all, this wasn't my first time doing it.
I was going to say, how come I didn't know, or why don't we know to go do what you just
Because
did?
you ain't even thinking about individual parts are worth more than the sum tire. total. You follow me?
Right.
You don't understand the breakup value. See, the breakup value could be more valuable. I mean, really, I mean, that's why humans, they sell human parts, they figure, they're worth something, I mean, you can donate blood,
right.
sperm, I mean, you can get some money. I mean, it just depends. You got to use imagination, ladies and gentlemen. But that's what a leverage buyout is. And they do that. So you may see a company that a company might have a warehouse, but the warehouse has a whole lot of trucks, or they have different divisions. And I would go and buy the whole company for one price, and the owner not thinking about the breakup. Literally, we've done that with real estate. You know how we have actually, remember that one that we went down in Ocala, and you buy that one building? Remember we was going to buy the one building you buy for $1 million?
Absolutely.
But it had 12 condos in it.
Right. And
then what we did, we bought the building for $1 million, but it had 12 condos in it, and we bought it for $1 million. We sold the individual condos for $300,000 each.
Absolutely.
So after we sold 12 units with $300,000, that came to $3.6 million, and we only bought the building for $1 million, but we broke it up and individually sold the parts.
Stripped it down.
That's a leverage buyout, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take some of these calls here. Who we got here on? Call me at 1-877-825-1080. That's what a leverage buyout is, ladies and gentlemen. You can do that, and that's. I don't want you all to get a better understanding on how that works. Frank, are you there?
Yes. Good morning. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for holding.
I'd like to say good morning to you and Lynda.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I'm in the stock market, and there's a couple of questions. I 3-pronged question I'd like to ask, and then I'll hang up and listen.
Okay.
Where do you see the utilities and railroad stocks going? Where do you see the stock market going for maybe like the second half of the year? And what is the Russell 2000? And I'll just hang up and listen to your answer.
You got it, brother. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right. When he said about the railroad, I think that's going sky high. When he said utilities, I think that's going sky high. You got to think about, we just talked about people, utilities. I don't care what you think about the hurricanes or whatever happened, people going to always need utilities. You're going to need some water, you're going to need some gas, you're going to need some electric. That right there, those are great investments. Matter of fact, the utility, if you look at FP&L, just one stock, it thing up 75% in 1 year. Now, I'm not touting FP&L, but I'm just telling you the facts, the obvious. And should I not talk about it like the sister said we shouldn't say? I mean, it's obvious. It's up 75, more than 75% within the last 12 months. I mean, you could put FP&L, that's not a risky stock. I mean, those every time they go to the state basically and say, hey, we need to have an increase, they give it to them.
Right.
What are they going to do? Say, nah. I mean, come on. And the Russell 2000, brother, the Dow Jones has 30 companies in it. We talked about that a while back. The Dow Jones. The NASDAQ has 100. S&P 500 has 500 companies in that pool. In other words, 500 different companies. The Russell 2000 has 2,000 companies in that pool. Different companies, from Anheuser-Busch to Coca-Cola to Nike to Apple to McDonald's to Wendy's. I mean, they have 2,000 different companies. So if you're not really sure which way, if you're going to win or not, you buy the Russell 2000 and you're probably, that's a more conservative bet. Somebody going to win. Some stock going up. So that's basically what that is. They're just indicators. That's all they are. But they're indexes. But they're pretty good. So the Russell 2000, I actually like that. Just like I like the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 and the Dow. I think, and you asked me a question, what do I personally think that the market, I think that, oh my God, I think since we're in an election year coming up, I think between the year 2007 and 2010, I think this thing y'all ain't seen nothing. If y'all thought real estate was something, you talking about left behind? Those of y'all who don't understand, going to be left behind. Let me tell you something. There is no investment greater than the stock market. There is no investment greater than the stock market. And the stock market
long term.
Yeah, long term. They don't be trying to do short term. Now, you give me $100,000 today and then tell me how much it's going to be worth next month. I couldn't tell you.
Right.
If I knew that, I wouldn't be here. But long term, let me tell you, it's going to happen. Now, if you got $100,000, but you need $200,000 to buy a house next month, You can't do the stock market because we
it's
don't
not
know.
for you.
You know, I could tell you that it's going to go up, but I just can't tell you when. I could tell you that you're going to die, but I just can't tell you when. It's the laws of nature. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Right. It's going to happen. All right. Let's, those of you all just tuning in, you listen to News Talk 1080. Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, my colleague and business partner, Lynda Harris. Let's take Charles on line 3. Charles, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
How you doing?
How you doing, Mr. Robert Henderson? This is Charles Gibson.
Charles Gibson. Lynda, this Charles,
This
the
is our
attorney.
Charles
This our
Gibson.
Charles.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
This Charles, the attorney.
Ladies
Let me let everybody know that you are the attorney who we use to do wills and trusts and probate, and he's a fine.
He's one of the
gentleman.
good ones.
No, he's one of the good ones.
He's one of the good attorneys.
Yeah, we're not bashing all attorneys.
We're not bashing all attorneys.
No, he's a good one. He's a good one. I know.
Yeah, I had to call in when the guy made a few comments about attorneys, but I'll leave that alone. There's a good apples and bad apples in every bunch.
Yeah.
But one of the things I wanted to talk about was the synergy that you brought up. And I think you need synergy even in your family, as you talked about, especially when in estate planning. And you know how when people come to us and they have these, they bring all of their families in and they sit down and they talk about what they want to do, and it appears to be synergy. But then once they pass away, then there's no synergy in the family. And just like in a business, in order for everything to work properly, you need synergy, and especially after people pass away. And not only that, also when parents are disabled and they get sick, there needs to be synergy in the family. And I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of times our clients don't realize what will happen once they get incapacitated, they get sick, or when they pass away. And they need to continue to build that synergy from the beginning until the end, and the people who are in it, in terms of their children, need to keep synergy with themselves.
Yeah, Charles. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Charles is really a top-notch, good. He's like a family reunion like member, man. I mean, we talked to the brother. The brother deals in wills and trusts, and he teaches you about the trust. So he does a lot about trust. He deals in probate also. So if any of you all need to talk to Charles, give him your number.
My number is 305-777-0395. Again, 305-777-0395.
And that's Charles Gibson. As a matter of fact, your grandfather was D. Theodore Gibson, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, good. Yeah, who's really done a lot of good in South Florida. But Charles, hey, we'll see. I think we got to see you next week or something. Hey, keep it good, man. I mean, you've been doing a great job. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Charles is one of the attorneys that we deal with in this area. We just said how it's going to be overcrowding. Charles ain't going to be able to handle all of this by himself. So other good attorneys who deal in this area also, we're inviting you to call. We'll be right back. Thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Voices of South Florida on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
When your car or truck is ready for a set of new tires, sometimes your wallet's not. So what to do? Hurry to your Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealership.
I can help. Take a tip from me.
Right now, when you use our Genuine Service credit card, you'll get no payments or interest until 2008 when you spend $150 or more. And we'll even beat your best price on tires, guaranteed. Bring in any competitor's current price ad on the name brand tires we sell within 30 days of purchase, and we'll beat that price. New tires, installed by Ford trained experts, with no payments or interest until 2008. See your participating Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer today. Hurry, offer ends June 30th. No payments and no interest if paid by January 2008. If not paid, interest accrues from purchase date. Variable APR is 23.99% as of 3/107. Fixed APR 28.99% on all accounts in default. Minimum finance charge $1.50. Existing cardholders see current agreement for standard terms. Subject to credit approval by GE Money Bank. See participating dealer for details.
When was the last time someone offered you a second chance to save thousands of dollars? If you owe the IRS or state at least $15,000, American Tax Relief is offering you a second chance to eliminate up to 85% of your delinquent taxes. Thousands of honest people, hardworking Americans, have turned to American Tax Relief for the help they needed. Now check this out. Your tax problems are not going to go away. In fact, It's only going to get worse unless you get help. Call 1-800-542-6854. For a one-time professional fee, American Tax Relief can get you the second chance you never had before to save up to 85% on the taxes you owe. Get the second chance you deserve and save up to 85% on your delinquent taxes. Call American Tax Relief for a free consultation to see how much money they can save you. Call 1-800-542-6854. Call right now for your second chance.
The CBG of Miami-Dade and vicinity presents its second annual Empowerment Weekend. Friday and Saturday, May 18th and 19th. Join Tavis as he hosts one of the most powerful weekends ever.
I look forward to seeing you out there.
Participate in workshops about home ownership, personal and business credit, financial practices, and health and wellness for faith-based organizations. We'll be at Point O'Neill Worship Center on 4900 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard. Doors open at 1 p.m. Friday and 9 a.m. on Saturday. Tickets are $50 for 2 days or $25 for 1 day. CBG members pay only $40 for 2 days. Join Tavis Smiley.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley.
And special guest speaker John Hurst Adams on Friday at 8:30 p.m. and then on Saturday at 12:45 p.m. To pre-register, call 1-866-406-9526. 866-406-9526. The Evening with Tavis Smiley is funded in part by the Children's Trust, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida. How can Blue help you? Nova Southern University and News Talk 1080 WTPS, the People Station.
Computer systems. They're taken for granted by many, but for you, computers may be a passion. If you're the one your friends call to install software or help with the operation of their computers, Information Systems Administration may be right for you. And now you can get an education online to help you prepare for opportunities in this field. Just call ITT Technical Institute. Call 1-888-427-1616. Through ITT Tech, you can earn an associate degree online in Information Systems Administration. And online education is a convenient, flexible way for self-motivators to hit the ground running. At ITT Tech, career assistance is available to graduates and financial aid is available for those who qualify. If you are ready for a new challenge, call now for a brochure on ITT Tech's online program in Information Systems Administration. Call 1-888-427-1616. 1-888-427-1616. That's 1-888-427-1616.
Your voice, your station on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
All about the money. You know, Robert, the first hour, you had a topic, and I told you I didn't sign off on that memo of too many people on the earth, and they're doing things and putting stuff in food to get rid of us. And, you know, as I'm thinking and the show going on and we are closing out our second hour, they did have to make companies stop using trans fat and frying our food and the type of oil that clog our arteries.
I told you. As
I'm thinking about it, and we're discussing synergy and we're discussing leverage buyout, that popped in my head. They had, New York made them stop using trans fat.
Mm-hmm. They would have kept using and been using it.
It was draining the health system.
Very profitable. Now, what's better than being very profitable and helping the earth, getting rid of overcrowding so many people?
Wow.
That's how some people view it. That's how some people view it.
That's amazing.
You know, they're not going to come out and tell you. And what I'm talking about is not politically correct. I'm not even supposed to be talking like this.
No, you don't, because it makes us think that, okay, where's he going with this? Oh, my goodness. No, but then there's example after example.
Yeah, I got to keep it real. This is New Thought Saturday. Now, let me tell y'all.
You're not blaming.
No, let me tell y'all something. I'm not an advocate of blame. I don't blame. I do not blame. And I'm not talking about white folks against black folks or Spanish against black folks. I don't succumb to that crap. I do not do that. Because if you know that the justice system does not give fair play to a black person, keep your black self out of the justice system.
Right.
Simple as that.
Avoid it.
Yeah, because when they say they don't like you, then get away from you. I'm the type of person that if I move into a neighborhood, as soon as they put a cross on my lawn, I'm out of there. I'm not trying to say because I don't want to live around nobody who don't want me to be around. That's like me trying to be with my wife and she don't like me. I'm just keep coming home and she keep changing the lock. No, I'm not doing that. If you don't want me, that's all you got to do. You follow me? So I don't blame people for the way they feel and what they think. I don't. I try to make myself valuable. I try to be a productive citizen, and I just try to stay away from problems. That's it. So I'm not blaming. I'm not talking about it's a conspiracy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying a fact. The people who I'm talking about in terms of when they say, listen, we have overcrowdedness and it's going to more people are living and more people are just taking up space, not doing nothing, don't care doing nothing, and they got to house and cut down trees and build more, and it's a problem. It's a really big people problem. They're not talking about it. That's a fact. And don't be surprised they got a white person up there saying that, a Spanish person up there saying that, and a black person saying we are overcrowded and they higher up. Don't be surprised. I'm not talking about there's one particular gender or race that are saying we got to get rid of them. No, I'm not saying that. Matter of fact, I don't succumb to that because I have been black as I am. I have been mistreated by black people. I have been mistreated by white people. So I have been mistreated by Spanish people. People are people. You either good or you bad. But I truly believe that God made only good people, but good people sometimes do bad things.
Right.
Now, let's keep that. I gotta put that disclaimer out because I'm not getting ready to be. Ooh, he said no. I'm talking truth, and truth has no color. It's either truth or it's falsehood. It's either true or it's a lie. It's either deception or hypocrisy or it's truth. And that's just it. And call it like it is.
I guess most of us don't want to believe that people are out there purposely to harm us. That's hard to think. Like you said, most people are born good. And could it really be people out there that just want to harm us?
You know what? Believing, see, when you believe something, that's what you think. When you know something, that's what you done seen. When you see people dropping dead, you might not want to believe it. You don't want to believe that they ain't coming to the rescue of them people in the farm, but they ain't coming. That's a fact. Ain't nothing for you to wonder no more. Think about. I mean, this AIDS thing is happening. You might want to believe they're not doing it, but it's happening. When they had to stop that bad food and all that saturated fat, because we believe that food that's out here on the market, if it's out here on the market, somebody watching over us. Right. Okay. No, it's not that. You're grown. We have choices. If you want to smoke the cigarette and kill yourself, smoke the cigarette. The insurance company gonna charge you more money.
Right.
That's just it. We run out of time. Let's get Eli. He's been holding online for. Eli, you still there, my brother?
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, we only got a little time. Let's go, Leroy. Eli.
Yes, good morning, Robert and Lynda. I'm calling to see if you heard of this software application called Wise Trade.
Oh, yeah, man. I got Wise Trade clients, man. I asked them, why y'all do the people so wrong with this green light, blue light, red light stuff? He says, Robert, we got to make the money somehow. Some people going to win, some people going to lose, but we got to make the money. Now, I'm saying that it's the same thing about some people got to die and nobody want to talk about it. There ain't no machine out there, brother, that can say green light buy and when it's red light sell. If it was that, the people that made the machine wouldn't tell you. They'll be making all the money. Think about it. It's a trick bag. Now, they're going to let a few people make some money, but the majority of people going to lose their shirt. And most people don't know how to... I got to go. I'll talk to you later. But don't buy that. Don't get them people on $3,000. I'm going to have a white guy that as a client of mine, I'm going to have Dr. Bob come on and tell y'all. But he might not do it because they're paying him.
Right.
He might not keep it real. But it's a trick bag. Ain't nobody living large in a big house. Nobody got the big house off Wide Trade. They're not doing that, all right? And they're going to have all them people that giving testimony, but they paid them people. Just like they paid them people to get out the wheelchair and walk. No, they can't walk. They ain't. Oh, Lord.
Thank you, Robert.
All this hypocrisy that we live, what the world coming to? Keep it simple. Law of nature. You got to plant a seed, take time, patience, nourish in order to grow. All that quick fix is nothing but a trick bag. Let's get Neil right quick. Neil, are you there, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, Brother Rob?
Good. I'm talking fast because we're running out of time.
I hear you. Two things. On synergy. To your listeners out there that take medication.
Hold on, this Neil Muhammad, I just caught your voice, man. When it said Neil, I didn't know this was Neil Muhammad. This sister, Ford, brother, son-in-law.
Our sister Ford.
This is my brother from another mother.
Okay.
I caught your voice, man. See, that name, I looked at Neil, but when I heard you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
How you doing, big brother?
Good.
Good. Two things. The synergy, for your listeners out there that take medications, They need to be careful how they take their medication. Don't take them all at one time because it creates a synergistic effect. 2 medications together create a whole other medication in one, and it causes problems for them.
Oh, that's how Anna Nicole died. They said she mixed up medication.
Yeah.
And it just didn't sit. Yeah.
Didn't Levert have some
Levert mixed medication too. Overdose of.
That's synergy too.
That's a lack of.
Yeah. Everybody trying to do the same thing at one time.
At one time.
Right. That's a problem too.
That's a good point.
Everybody jumping over each other. Okay, go ahead.
The next point, food for thought, on the overcrowding. It's a deep topic, but I'm gonna try to make it brief as I possibly can.
Yeah, because that music coming on, Neil. You got to hurry up.
Here we go. If you recall, back in the early 80s, the Kerner Commission came out with a title, The Browning of America. And they said by the year 2050, black people will be the majority population. Ever since that point, the promotion of birth controls has really flooded minority communities. The abortion clinic rates have gone up completely, at an alarming rate. And all these new type of birth control pills like Norplant.
Neil, man, I gotta cut you off, man. But man, that's such an interesting topic, bro.
You gotta call us back on that
next week, man. I mean, you wait right to 2 minutes, bro. Man, I mean, you just started listening. You should have called us earlier, man. You know how to put you through.
Trying to get through. All
right, bro. Next week, all right?
Okay, big brother.
All right, much love to you.
Same to you. Have a good one.
You got it.
Bye.
Hey, y'all hear that music? Got to wrap it up. We got to go. We enjoyed. Had a great show. Lynda shaking her head over here. She think I done started some stuff. But hey, I got to start this New Thought Saturday. I mean, what?
New Thought.
What you want me to do? Just read Miami Herald and just read the headlines and talk about that? That ain't no news. That ain't nothing different. But I mean, what is that? I want to get some new thought. Give a new idea. Make people say, never looked at it that way. Nothing wrong with that. Right?
No, not at all.
Gotta wrap it up, but y'all stay tuned for Mr. Daly. Got some good music coming up, and stay locked to News Talk 10 all day long. Much love to you. Be here. Matter of fact, we got Paul coming up next Saturday. We're gonna be talking about making money in the music business, the con in it, right? We gotta go. Much love. Talk to you later. Peace.